Welcome learners.
In this video, we shall discuss about Shompens of Great Nicobar, life and culture in terms of political and economic organizations.
True, we will discuss about the economic organization elaborately. In a population where the entire economic life rotates around food gathering, hunting and fishing, and where no other means of utilization of resources is known, the forest assumes an all-important dimension. The economic system of the Shompen is technologically backward. They are nomadic and their livelihood depends upon food gathering, hunting, fishing and domestication of pigs and a bit of horticulture. There are three kinds of economy among the Shompens: subsistence economy, barter economy and gift economy, categorized on the basis of the nature of their activities, particularly the amount of labor and time put therein on an average every day. The subsistence is the predominant activity, barter economy is subordinate activity and the gift economy is no activity on the part of the Shompens. It is not an evolutionary classification since the subsistence and barter economies are contemporary, though the gift economy is the latest.
First, we will discuss about subsistence economy.
The food sources of the Shompens are both plants and animals. They are the hunting, fishing, arboriculture, practicing the apiculture too. The hunting and arboriculture are complementary to each other, while the fishing and apiculture are the supplementary activities in their diversified subsistence economy. As subsistence economy demands whole-time activity, the Shompens are found engaged in one of these activities or those related to them most of the time. The Shompens use a variety of plants as the source of food as indicated by ethnobotanical survey. The edible parts of most of the plants are gathered by the Shompens from the forest where these grow in the wild. Only a few of the plants are grown by the Shompens. Shompens raise pandanus, colocasia, banana, chili, lemon, betel, betel nut, tapioca and coconut. These plants are raised with care and attention. The pandanus is the single important plantation crop as it is a major source of food for the Shompens. Each group or band of Shompens has a number of pandanus plantations within its territory in such a way that at any point of time they would not face dearth of pandanus. The pandanus fruits are collected from the plantation by the men. The women at the camp disarticulate the nuts from aggregate fruit by using the machete. Then nuts are boiled in the bark casserole and finally dough is extracted out of the boiled nuts using molluscan shell. The dough thus extracted contains nut fibers which are meticulously removed by twirling a fine thread around the spherical mass of dough repeatedly. The dough, which is free from fibers, is made into balls weighing 4 to 5 kgs. The Shompens eat the pandanus dough as such or with honey or with pork or meat. The dough could be preserved for many days and eaten.
Hunting.
Colocasia is the next important source of plant food for the Shompens. Colocasia is raised on hill lofts by clearing the jungle and erecting a palisade around the garden. Chilies are grown in small garden near the camp. Green chilies are cut into pieces and boiled along with pork as the Shompens eat chili flavored meat or pork. Lemon is raised in small plantation. They consume lemon juice regularly along with best potable water. Betel nut plantations are also raised by the Shompens along the stream valley slope. The ripe nuts are sown to raise plantation or alternatively the seedlings are transplanted. It is not a food item but ingredient of the most cherished item for their oral consumption with pan chewed by the Shompens. All the bands or groups of Shompens grow tobacco. It is not raised separately but in their camps itself. Small palisades are raised around few seedlings Intense care is taken to grow tobacco, and sometimes crude thatched roof is put over the palisade to protect the seedlings from sun. The coconuts are the mainstay of the coastal Nicobaris, and as such the Shompens bands or groups that interact with Nicobaris often raise a few coconut plants in their camps. They, however, do not raise the coconut plantation like the Nicobaris.
Arboriculture?
The Shompen diet is mainly composed of animal meat. They do not return home unless they get a hunt. If they do not get meat or fish, they rather go without food. The pig, crocodile, monkey, monitor lizard, megapod and other birds, bats, snakes are some of the animals that Shompens hunt. Pig is the only big hunt available in Great Nicobar and is an important source of animal meat for the Shompens. Dogs are of immense help to them in their hunting activity, and they are specially trained for hunting. Dogs locate pigs from a distance due to strong smelling power, and dogs chase the pig till the fatigued prey try to hide within the buttress. When the pig is cornered, Shompens spear it to kill. In the course of hunting, only adult pigs and sows are speared, and the piglets are always spared. They gather the little ones and carry them home alive, treat the injured piglets with their herbal medicines and rear them. Hunting, dissecting and cooking of this major hunt is the job of men. The crocodiles are also hunted by the Shompens. The hunting of crocodiles is quite ingenious. Shompens incite the crocodile basking in the sun on the bank of the stream creek by baiting a long but very soft pole into its mouth. The crocodile clutches the pole and its teeth penetrate into the pole as the pole is soft and pithy, and thereby the jaws are effectively locked together and thus the battle turns utterly defenseless. Then it is speared and killed. The crocodile hunt is a rare occasion in comparison to pig hunt. The monkey is also at times hunted by the Shompens. The megapod bird and its eggs are also eaten by them. The monitor lizard is another important game for Shompens. It is next only to pig as far as its importance is concerned. Shompens often return from their hunting expedition with the pig as well as the monitor lizard. Like pig hunting, dog is an aid in monitor lizard hunt too. The dog seizes the lizard and the Shompens kill it with spear.
Fishing.
Fishing activities of the Shompens are generally restricted in stream, creek waters and not in marine waters. They fish in the fresh as well as brackish waters. Spears are used in fishing activities. The Shompens go for fishing in their inland water outrigger canoes. They mainly fish prawns, crabs and varieties of fresh and brackish water fishes. The multi-headed wooden spear is used for fishing the prawns.
Apiculture.
Honey play an important role and is a supplementary food as well as exchange commodity in barter economy of the Shompens. The Shompens practice simple and natural apiculture. It is neither just collecting of honey nor an artificial beekeeping. The Shompens in a way help the bees in the forest. The bees require a suitable spot sheltered effectively against the rains to build their hives. The hollow tree trunks serve as ideal place for beehives. Such trees could be found in forest in large numbers. The bees find their way into such hollow places if the trunk has some opening through which they could move in and out. The Shompens in this context are instrumental to help the bees. They locate such hollow tree trunks by resonating it with blunt edge of the machete that they carry while moving in the forest. Then they cut an opening into the hollow trunk and leave it as such. In due course, the bees may locate this tree and build their hives therein. The Shompens after some weeks may come back to harvest honey. If a Shompen desires to claim the personal right over the honey, he would mark the hollow tree that he located, and other Shompens would not harvest the honey from such identified trees on seeing the marking.
Secondly, the barter economy.
In spite of living in the interior forest of the Great Nicobar Island, Shompens never had been in absolute isolation. Their economic relation existed with Nicobaris living in Great Nicobar from very beginning. The Shompens would visit the Nicobaris with their commodities and exchange them with their required items, that is tobacco.
Finally, the gift economy.
The Shompens would visit the Nicobaris with their commodities and exchange them with their required items, that is tobacco, machete and cloth in person. Till recently, the gift-giving practice was an aid in establishing the contacts and rapport with the Shompens during explorations organized occasionally, and moreover the gift articles were generally restricted to the items of beads, cloth, machete, etc., and as such this practice had no adverse bearing on their self-contained economy. However, the gift economy introduced very recently includes the practice of giving away such articles as rice, pulses, edible oil, spices, cloth and machetes on regular basis.
Secondly, the barter economy.
The gift economy would be slow poison for the Shompens, observes Chowdhury. The food items supplied are new to them and long-term effects of their consumption are not known. The free distribution of ration will render the Shompens finally dependent on such charity and weaning them from their characteristic independent existence. Therefore, it would be wise to stop the free distribution of ration to the Shompens in the initial stage itself. And moreover, the gift economy is not self-sustained and hence not a viable system.
Political organization.
The Shompens have no idea of government. In each band of Mawa and hostile Shompens, there is a recognized head who attains his position by willing consent of others on account of some admitted superiority, material, physical or knowledge. He grows to this position gradually and there is no election or any other formality for this purpose. He has a great experience and is well acquainted with the forest. He has certain privileges in terms of tribal influence and immunity from drudgery. His wife also commands the same position among the women. Each subgroup possesses a stretch of territory for hunting ground with definite recognized boundaries. Any intrusion to this hunting ground is regarded as sufficient occasion for outbreak of inter-subgroup warfare, even if they are related by marriage.
Religious belief.
The Shompens believe in good and evil spirits. They perform magical rites, the details of which they do not generally disclose to others. When they plan to go for hunting and for fishing to distant places, they worship a particular type of tree to avoid danger. Before the burial of the dead, also they do certain kind of rituals.
Position of women.
On the Nicobar Islands, men and women have approximate equal status. The women have a lot to do with their own choice of husbands, and after marriage, they are free to live with either of the couple's parents. The Shompen men value the women economically because they are not only take care of household duties but also tend to the piggeries and gardens.
Their place in Indian Constitution.
According to Ministry of Tribal Affairs in the year 2009, the following safeguards, either in the form of legislation or executive orders, are available to the Shompen living in the Great Nicobar Island. Andaman and Nicobar Islands Protection of Aboriginal Tribes Regulation 1956. Second, area reservation prohibiting only authorized persons to enter. And finally, ban on transfer of tribal land to non-tribals without the prior sanction of the Union Territory Administrator.
Education.
In 1984, Andaman administration made a Shompen complex which consisted of a school, a medical dispensary and a community hut. But the result was still disheartening. Rizvi observed that an ashram-type school for the Shompens was started by the Andaman administration in the Shompen hut complex, but till May 1987 there were neither Shompen enrolled in the school nor was there a teacher posted there. 20 years have gone by ever since that observation of Dr. Rizvi, and there are many changes now in the infrastructure. However, only the coming years will show how such progress the Shompens will make in education and other areas of development.
In conclusion,
Shompens are classified as a primitive tribal group, but unlike all the other primitive tribes of the Andaman Islands, are not of Negrito but of Mongoloid stock. They are skilled hunter-gatherers but also raise plantations of various crops. The Shompen live on wild animals, fruit, tubers, fish and honey, and are now being given rice and biscuits and alien food products. They are also being given clothes. The biggest threats to the Shompens are the population of outside settlers. The Shompens, like many other tribes, suffer from various ailments like malaria, microfilaria, elephantiasis and other fatal diseases. Their social organization is based on tradition, kinship and locality. The members of a band are related to one another through blood or marriage. There are no classes among the Shompen who are divided into smaller groups of men, women and children. The family is the most important social unit in Shompen society. The husband-wife relationship among the Shompen is very informal. There are two subdivisions in the Shompen community, the hostile Shompens and the Mawa Shompens. Among the Shompen, monogamy is the common form of marriage, but a few cases of polygamy has been also reported and is socially sanctioned. They are endogamous and inter-ethnic marriages are usually not contracted. There are different ways of acquiring mates. There are birth rituals among the Shompens. They consider the period of menstruation and childbirth as unclean. Shompens are organized under a recognized head. They believe in good and evil spirits. They perform magical rites. Before every hunting and fishing venture, they have a ritual for their protection and success. Men and women have relatively equal status among the Shompens. There are legislations to safeguard them and for their development, but the results have not been very encouraging.
after going through this unit, you would have a general understanding of the Shompens of Great Nicobar and knowledge about their life and culture in terms of food habits and social, political and economic organizations.
Thank you.